I think we should start the session now. Omega, can you stop sharing? Yes. Let me share my screen. Guys, am I audible? Like, can you write yes or no in the chat box? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Hmm. So, first of all, congratulations, and at the same time, thanks for choosing this Panopia community for this particular workshop. So, this will be a 2-day workshop for the Git and GitHub. Okay, so this is the one thing you will be hearing a lot if you are going to like in developing, if you are trying to make a career in the developing side, basically if you like coding and all things. So Git and GitHub is the one thing that you must learn. Okay, so my name is Sachin and I will be your instructor for this 2-day workshop. Okay, so let me first tell you what we will be doing in these 2 days. Okay, so we will start from the very basic. Okay, so first day will be all about setting up the Git in your systems and creating repositories on GitHub and also pushing them. And in the second day, what I will tell you, like how the industry work, how the industry uses this Git. Okay, there's something called Git flow, which we will learn in the next day, basically tomorrow. And also, I will tell you about something open source. What is open source and how developers contribute to this open source? What is this open source community? Okay, so stay tuned with us, and let's start the session now. Okay, so if I can. Hmm, okay. So let's start with the very basic, like what is Git, why are we learning this, and what is GitHub? Okay, so there are two terms. One is Git, and there's another one which is GitHub. Okay, so basically, what we will do today, mostly the session will be concerned toward this Git. Okay, and while the session is going on, if you guys have any doubt, you can unmute yourself at any time and can ask her out. Okay, or you can write in the chat box as well. So yeah, so what is Git? So Git is nothing but a version control. Now, what do I mean by version control? You get that? It is a version control system. Okay, so for example, let me tell you a story about this. Then you will understand what is version control system. Okay, there has been like situations where you have, let's say, created some report or a project. Okay, let's say you make a project, or I will say a report.pdf. Okay, you have completely made it. Okay, then you decided, no, I want some changes in it. Okay, so you made some changes, and what you did, you named it as report final this time. Okay, now let's say you made some changes again. Okay, then what you did was you just named it as report final.pdf. Let's say that there might have been some situation. If there hasn't, like when you, if you are in college, or you are just passing out from the 12th, you will face these, and you might have faced these. Okay, so what is happening over here? Here we are creating multiple copies of the same file. Why we are making this? Because somehow we think that the changes we have made in report final, we might not need after a few days. We might need the previous report only. Okay, we are not sure about these changes. That's why you are making multiple copies. Okay, but what happens is, Here, let's say this report PDF was size of, let's say, 1 GB. Okay, then again you made a report final, it is again 1 GB. Then one more report final, it is, let's say, 1.5 GB. Okay, what is happening here? Like you are just taking up more and more space on your system, like, and it is useless. If you have changed only one line, then it is useless, like making again a copy of 1 GB. Okay, so what is happening? Like you are not able to control the version of your report file or project file. Okay, now you like can relate what is Git. So Git is a version control system. Let's suppose you made a file today, you make a project today, and let's say after 1 year, you want that I want the project at the stage which was at it like 1 year back. You can just get it. Why? Because Git is controlling the versions for you. Okay, so that's what Git is. Okay, and what is GitHub now? Okay, so let me remove this and let me get the white screen for like it might be visible. Okay, so GitHub is basically a hosting platform. Okay, you make your project at your local. Okay, and then you push them or store them on GitHub. Okay, you should not get confused with Git and GitHub. These are two separate terms. GitHub is just hosting platform which manage your repositories or projects, and Git is the one which you will be using to control like all your versions and some changes and all. Okay, so yeah, if I have login, yeah. So we will start from the very basic. So first thing I want is like, can you guys write? You are on which operating system? Windows, Mac OS, or Linux? You can write in the chat box. Windows, okay. Windows, Mac, Windows, Mac. No one is on Linux, okay. So Linux, okay. So someone is on Linux, okay. Muskanjan. So yeah. So let's start. First thing you have to do is install the Git. Okay. So just go to the Google and type git install. Okay, you will find the first link which is download git. Okay, and here you will find whichever operating system you are using, just download it. Let me share the link as well in the chat box. This session will be hands-on, so you have to follow commands, whatever I am like telling you. So if you are from Windows, click on the Windows and download. It will automatically get download on your system. Okay, as you can see. Now, after it get download, please install it. While you're installing it, it will give you a prompt. You just have to click next, 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 next. Okay, and if you are using Mac, so for Mac, these are the commands. You can open your terminal and you can install like brew install git. If you don't have brew, so you can install that also. Okay, so I can see major of the audience is from Windows and Mac only, so you can follow these steps. When you are done, let me know. Let me give you like 2-3 minutes for this. That would be enough, I guess. Download it, install it on your system, then write in the chat box if you are able to do it or not. If you face any error, let me know. Download it, perfect. So please install it, click on the exe file and it will give you a prompt. Let me check if I will find few images on the internet. So git install. It will give you this type of setup prompt. So you can click on next, 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 and at last click on finish. Okay, done. So Muskan is from Linux. So one of the benefits of Linux is mostly Git comes along with the Linux. The Linux, if you guys haven't heard about it, it is basically a kernel, Linux kernel. So I am using Ubuntu on my system. The commands will be same for you guys. That's why we are installing Git. Let me know. I will wait for 2-3 more minutes. What to use at Git default editor? So if you have any editor, just select that one or just skip that part. You can use text editor as well. Okay, I'm seeing install done. Okay, let's wait for others as well. And if someone wants to volunteer how to install Git, can share the screen and so that everyone can know. I can see done install. Okay, so okay, that's done. So next thing for those who have installed it is create a folder anywhere you want. Create a just empty folder. Okay. Yeah. So now in this folder, just right click on this folder, and you will find if you are on Windows, you will find a Git bash here. Okay, let me show you that also. I should have come from the Windows only. Git. So did you guys find it? Like if you click right click on the folder, you will find Git bash here if you have installed it. Yes, okay. Okay, perfect. So open it up. In Linux, it is like just open the terminal, or if you are on Mac, you can just open the terminal in that folder. Okay, so now we are here. I have installed Git, and now this is this empty folder. First thing you have to do is just write Git to verify if the installation is correct or not. Okay, so if you write Git, you will find like here are some help files for you. So if this is coming, that means you have installed Git perfectly. Okay. Are you guys still here? Is anyone left? Okay, done. So this is how you will verify if your Git is installed and configured perfectly. Okay, now we will learn about few commands. Okay, so let me just zoom this in. I guess that's enough. Is it visible? Okay, yes. Yeah. So the first thing is, let's write a command called git status. Okay, so it should give you not a Git repository. Okay, now I will explain the git status command later, but for now, let's just use it. Okay, so it is giving us error like not a Git repository. Because why this is showing this? Because we haven't told Git that this particular folder you have to track for versions. We haven't told yet. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to write the command git init, basically git initialize. Okay, so as soon as you enter write git init, git space init, so here it will make you a .git folder. If you're on Windows, it might not show you, like it is a hidden folder. I have just enabled my settings to show hidden files as well. Okay, so if it is not showing you, then it's not a problem. You have to write git init. Okay, next thing is again run the git status command. Okay, now it won't show you any error like it is not a Git repository. It is showing you on branch master. What is branch? We will see later. and it is saying no commits yet. Okay. Next thing is, let's now play around with Git and its commands. Okay, so first command we have to see is we don't have any files yet. Okay, so what I will do, so do you guys just make a new file? Okay, in Windows, just right click and make a new text file. Okay, I will just make it from here only. Let's say file one dot. Just make a file and open it up. If you have any code editor, you can open it in that. If you have only Notepad, you can open in that also. Okay, doesn't make any difference. So let me open this file in just normal text editor, or I can also open it in the Visual Code Editor, which I have. If you have, you can open it up or just like this. Now let me do one thing. In the Git terminal, let me again check the Git status. Okay, so this time it is saying me like there is a file called file1.txt, which is under which section, like in which area? Untracked area. Now what is untracked? So for this, let's give it a pause here and let's understand the Git working directory basically. Okay, how Git workflow, how it works. Okay. So am I going too fast? Like you can let me know in the chats, or is it good for you? So far we have created a folder and we have made a file. Then we checked like from the git status commands. Can you slow down a bit? Okay, I'll slow it down. Let me just go you through all the steps we have did so far. To find current directory, you write yes. Yes, Muskan. So you can find that using pwdsl. So far what we have done, we have just created a folder. Where to create file? A path, you have to create file in the folder you have created. Okay, we have created a folder called Git tutorial. I have made this. You can name it anything, and just make a file in that. Okay. So far what we have did, just created a folder, ran a command called git init, which will basically initialize the Git. Okay, you can see initialize empty Git repository in this. Now we have initialized it. Now Git know that it has to track this directory. Directory means folder only. Okay. Then I again ran git status. It didn't show me any error. Okay. And after that, I just created a file. So this is the command for a file. You can just normally make it by right clicking on it and create a new file. And yeah, so the next command, we again checked the git status. Or it showed us like there is an untracked file named as file1.txt. It is showing in the red color. Okay, now for this, we are giving it a pause and we are understanding the Git workflow for this. Okay, so basically, Git has 3 areas. Okay, so one area is called working directory. Another area is called staging area. And then we have a Git directory, basically repository. Okay, so from the working directory, file goes to staging area. Let me change the color. So as you can see from this arrow, from the working directory, file goes till staging area. And from the staging area, file goes to Git directory. Okay, carefully understand this. Okay, Git is the thing you will use most if you are even pursuing a job in industries only. Git is the thing to use. Okay, so just know this, like carefully understand this basically. If you have any doubt, you can stop me and ask me again. Okay, so what are the 3 areas? Working directory, staging area, and Git directory. Okay, so from the working area, file goes to staging area, and from the staging area, file goes to Git directory. What is staging? Okay, I'll tell you staging now. Now you have seen the three areas. So for now, our file is in which particular area? It is in working directory. That's why it is showing us in like red color, and it is telling us like this is untracked and we have to track this. It is in working directory right now. We have to take it to the staging area. How we can take a file from working directory to a staging area? So the command is, you can see it has shown us like use git add. So this is the command for us. What we have to do is write git add. Okay, then the name of the file. Okay, so let's suppose what is the file name? It is just file1.txt. So just write git add file1.txt. Okay, so I will just enter this and I will hit like enter. Okay, now let me check the status again. Okay, so now you can see it is in green color first of all, and now our file is in staging area. You can see it is giving us a command to remove it from the staging area. So this makes sure like it is in staging area. Earlier our file was in working directory. Then we ran a command of git add, and then now it is in staging area. So our files are in staging area now. Now let's see how Git is tracking our files. How we can check that? I have opened this file. Like just let me just remove this. So I'll just open it. Okay, and let me make some changes. You can see if I ran a git status, it is now in staging area. Okay, someone has got an error. Path specify file did not text match. It is showing this. Okay, so what's your name? Path. Path, you have to open the terminal in the folder. If you have opened it, then and the name of the file is correct, then the error should not show you. Or if it is like again showing you, you can share your screen and I'll help you out. So you have to open that like git bash in this folder and the name of the file you have made. I have made file1.txt. If you have named file.txt, so you have to write file.txt. Okay, let me know if it works. Now, moving on, I was telling you guys like our file is right now in staging area. Okay, when I open .git, oh, you don't have to open git.git. .git is like a hidden file. Don't touch that. Okay, don't touch that. We will learn about .git as well later on. Now, next thing is I was telling like if I make some changes in this file. Okay, let's say I am writing a line in this file and I'll save it. Okay, now let me check the git status again. So what is telling us like our this file one was in staging area. Okay, then we have made some changes. You can see it's saying modified. So that's how it is tracking our file. Okay, I have added a line and it is saying this file has been modified. So you can see Git is tracking our files. Okay, so what we have to do is again, if you now it is in working directory again. So earlier we took the file from the working directory to the staging area. Okay, now we have made some changes. So the file is again like in the working directory. Okay, so again what we have to do, we just have to write git add file1.txt. Now if we check the status, you can see it is in staging area again. So is the concept of like working directory and staging area is like clear? Let me know please. how do we know on what date it has been modified? Okay, I will tell you that, Tushar. Please bear with me. I will tell you all things. Okay, so I can see yes, clear, yes, clear. What does staging means? Okay, so staging means like we have made some changes in the file and we are ready to commit this file in our directory. Okay, it is in between. Like working area tell us that we are still working on this file. Okay, after we add this file, comment means declare. Okay, you can say it is like that only. Okay, but let's see once again. So staging means after I add this file, I am letting know the Git that please Git, this file is ready to get committed. Okay, this is just to specify this. Okay, now let's say what we will do. I will make a few more files. Such file we can just create from right click again. I'm telling you. So I'm just using the terminal to do that. So the command is this. Let's say. Okay, and now let me run the git status. Okay, wait a second. I'm getting so much queries here. Git log. Yes, git log Muskan. Git commit means after doing git add. Where does this file go in git? Okay, whenever committed. I can see what is it. Wait a second. So whenever committed file needs change, it has to board back to, yes, whenever you make some changes, it again bring it back to the working directory, so that that's why it is showing us that this file is modified. Okay, so Tushar, I will answer your queries regarding the .git folder. Okay, but it will be so much confusing if I tell it now, because you guys are just starting with the Git. Okay, for now, please ignore the Git folder. Okay, so yeah, now let's move on. So what I was telling you, let's suppose I made two files. Okay, you can see now my folder has three files in total: file 1, file 2, file 3. Okay, and you can see when I ran the git status, it is telling me that file 1 is in the staging area, and but you have two more files, file 2 and file 3, which are still in working directory, and git is not tracking them because we have just made those files. See, if you make some changes in the files while git tracking it, it will show you modified. But if the git is not tracking them, it will show you that these are untracked files. So my point is, if let's suppose you have here you have two files, let's suppose you have thousands of files, you won't be doing git add and then the file name and adding them manually. No, we won't be doing that. What we will do, we will just write. Okay, let me just clear the terminal so that it will go up. Yes. So what we will do, we will just write git add and space, after space you can write dot, you can write -a, whatever you want, or you can write star. So what it will do, I will use dot. So what it will do, it will add all the files which are in the working directory. So git add dot. Let me run this command, and now let's run the git status again. You can see all my files from the untracked area is now in the staging area. Okay, what we did, we just added our dot instead of a file name to track all of our files. Okay, so git add is clear. Git add is to take the file from the working directory to the staging area. Git add is clear. Then we will move to git commit now. You can write yes or no. Okay, yes. Clear, perfect. Okay, perfect. So now we are in the staging area. How we will take our files from the staging area to the git directory? That's the question. You can see it is telling us that there are some changes which need to be committed. Okay, which we need to commit. Now what we have to do if we want to commit them, let me just run the status again. Yes. So what we have to do, the command is git commit. And after git commit, what you have to do, you have to write -m. -m is for message. So it is for those, like, let's suppose four of you friends are working on on a project. Okay, so you want to check, for example, I made some changes, and you guys have a copy of, you all four have a copy of project. So you want to see who have made these changes and what changes they have made. So that's why Git provides us with the thing called message while committing them. So what we have to do is git commit -m, and in inverted commas, you have to write your message. So I'll say, this is my first commit. You can write any message. This is for others and for you as well, like to track what changes you have made in this particular commit. Okay, so git commit -m, in inverted commas, write your message. This will take your files from the staging area to the working directory. I'll just run it. Okay, now hold on. After, if you guys have run this command, you might have got an error because this is your first time using the Git. Okay, it must be asking you something like, uh, tell me who you are, something like this. Is it? Git must be yes. Yes, it will give you this thing. So first you have to tell the Git, yes, author identity unknown, error. Okay. So first we have to tell the Git who we are. Okay, so I have been using Git from so many years. I have already configured my identity. So for you to convert, like register your identity, what you have to do is write git config --global. This is for one time only. Okay, this is for one time only. What you have to do is git config --global, then user dot name. Okay, then write your name. So my name is Sachin. I will write my name. You guys write your own name. Okay, so after running this command, I have already run this, so I won't run it again. Or let's say I'll just run it. No issue. So now I have told Git, like, this is my name. I am the author who is making these changes. After configuring the name, you also have to configure email as well. Okay, please write only that email, like which you will be making the GitHub account. It will be easy for you. Okay, so I will just write my email ID. Okay, so you have to run these two commands: git config --global user.name and user.email, and write your name and email. Got this? Okay, and to verify if it has added properly, you can check it by running this command git config --list. It will tell you that your name is this, your email is this. Okay, so are you guys able to do this? Let me show you the command again. Git config --global user.name, your name, and user.email, your email. Okay, so Muskan is saying yes. I hope everyone got to this point. Okay, I can see more yeses now. Perfect. So this is, as I already told you, this is just for once. Okay, you don't need to do it again. Now, after you have configured your name and email, please run this command now again. Try to commit your changes. Okay, this time it won't show you any error. It will tell you that 3 files are changed and we have made 1 insertion, and these are the file names we have added to the Git repository. Okay, So I am getting something else for git config minus minus list. Okay, it might show you other details as well. For Linux ones, like this is the thing it will show you git config minus minus list. You can find your name under like in the list you can find your name. Okay, and also I will share all these commands in the Facebook community, don't worry. So what is the significance of message? Okay, Pratham, we'll come to that also. I can't see my username and user email. Okay, it might be a long list for you. It will be somewhere in between. Or if you want to verify that, there's one more way. You can write git config minus minus global user dot name. Just run this command and you will find your name. And similarly, run email, you will find your email. Okay, these are the two ways I have shown you. You can use either of them. Okay, yes, perfect. What changes you have made? Yes, Abhishek has answered the question of significance of message. Perfect. So let's move on now. Now let me clear up the terminal. Now the next thing is our file is in the Git directory. Okay, so we have take our file from the working directory to the Git directory now. You can see if I run the Git status. Okay, so it is telling us nothing to commit. Working tree is clean. Working tree means this working stage, working area. Okay, it is the same thing. Okay, so now let's do one thing. I will open up a file and let me write. Okay, this is file C. Okay, what I will do, I will save it. Okay, yeah, I will save it and let's run the git status again. It will tell you like this is the file you have modified. Okay, git has detected some change in this file. Okay, so this will be the process for you. Like if you are in git directory also, if you make some changes, again that file will come to your working directory. Then again you have to run the same command, which is git add first. You can write git add dot git commit. Let's say I have made few changes in file 3. This is my message and I will just commit it and let me run the git status again. Again, it is telling me on branch master, nothing to commit. We have committed. Okay, now let me answer the question which I don't know who has asked this. Yes, what is the significance of message in committing? Okay, now how many commits we have made so far? We have made 2 commits. Okay, now to check your commits, what you have to do is you write git log. Okay, so it will tell you how many, who was the author of this commit and what was the message. Okay, now when you will take this file to your GitHub or anything you want, like there are more services, there are more platforms like GitHub also. I will tell you that also. Okay, you can see Git has tracked these files. Okay, so let's suppose, now to make a better view for you guys, let me open this in the Visual Studio Code. Yes, you can see these are my C files. Okay, so far, let me revise all this what we have done so far. So far, we just created a folder, we initialized our Git, then we made some files and we made some changes in that. Okay, then we are like working like this. We are taking our file from the working directory to the staging area, from the staging area to the Git directory. Again, this process will repeat like as you make changes in your code. Okay, let's suppose if I write one more line, this is second line. Okay, and let me check the Git status. So you can see file 1 is modified. I have to commit it. As many commit you make, it will get added in your logs. Okay, so random change, let's say. Okay, and if I run git log now, you can see I have 3 commits. Okay, now here is the thing. Let's suppose you have accidentally added this line. Okay, don't let's take another example. Let's say you have made a website or you have made something, some app or something. Okay, will this commit here reflect? Yes, it will get reflected in your GitHub as well. Increase font size in VS Code. Okay, okay. Control plus L here. Yes. Yeah, for Windows it is, I guess, yeah, CLS it is. For Linux it is clear. If you write clear in your git bash, it will work. Do we have to do git add before making every commit? Yes. There is one more. There is a trick where you can take your file directly from the working directory to the git directory. The command is git commit -a -m, and you can write your message. That's how you can take your file directly from the working directory to the git repository. But please like follow the steps I'm telling you, because you guys are just starting with git, so it will be confusing you. Otherwise there are so many tricks out there. Okay, yeah, so will every file be committed if we use git? Yes, so that's why we have a git add dot. That's why all the file will get committed. Okay, yeah. Now let's move on. So git add, git commit, the 3 areas, git status, git log. Any doubt in these? Okay, no, no, no. Okay, perfect. So let's move on now. So we have seen like how we can do this. Now let's see one more thing. Let's suppose this is my file 1. I have just added this second line. You guys can tell. Okay. So what we want, let's suppose I was coming back to the example. Let's suppose you are making a website. Okay. And you have just launched it. Today I have launched my website. And what I will do, like tomorrow, I will make some changes in my website. Let's suppose the color or any feature I will add. Okay. But what happened, like as soon as I make the website live, it is showing the error to the users. Okay, and let's suppose the error will take you time to solve. So at this point, Git is the thing you will require the most. Okay, you can just go back like one version back. Okay, let's suppose I want, like before I fix this, what should I do? I should take my website to the stage where it was working yesterday. Okay, so consider that thing, and let's suppose we have added this line, and now this is throwing me some error in my website. Okay, let's suppose. Okay, let's not do this. We already committed this, so let me change this line and change the message. I will throw error on your website. Okay, it's a random line, and what I have to do, I have to get. But first, I will check the git status. You can see file 1 is modified. I will git add, and I will commit it. Okay, error line. Okay, now you can see if I check git log, it is there. So what I want, this line is throwing me error, but when I was at this stage where I made this change, my website was working absolutely correct. So what I will do, I will just copy this commit message and I will write git checkout. You can see here there are 2 lines. If I do this, in the file 1, you can see the line is automatically deleted, and our project is now at the version at which it was working. Is it clear? What we did, we took our like, let's suppose this was version 2. We wanted to go back to the version 1. So now you can see we are at the version 1. We have added this line in the version 1 only. So this is how it easy, like for you to go back to your previous versions of your website, of your apps. Okay, please repeat. Okay, I will repeat. So let's suppose, let me check the gift shifters on head detach, check out. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me explain this and then we will move forward. Let's suppose this is our version 1, version 1 of the website. Okay, I am not satisfied with this website. I want to make some changes. Okay, I want to make some change. So what I will do, I will remove this line and I will add few more lines. This is line 1, this is line 2, and okay, this is line 4, this is 3. Okay, so I have added few code, like I have added some code in my project, and I made it public, but these lines throwing some error on the website. My website is not working. So what I want to go back to the stage where my website was working. Then I will fix this error like a few days later. But for now, for my users, for my customers, I want my website to get live just now. So what we will do, we will just go back to the previous version. How we can go back to the previous version is we can just check out that commit message. You can see we have a commit ID for each commit. We can just write get checkout and that commit message, sorry, commit ID. That's what I did. And as soon as I hit enter, it is now like my previous version is back. Is it clear? It's okay if the whole thing is not clear, because this is your just first time. So I am just telling you this is how you can go back to your previous one. Similarly, if I go, if I want, like I want my website to be at the stage where it was 1 year back. Okay, so what I will do, I will just find that commit message, like commit ID, and I will just check out, and my website is now at the previous version. Clear, guys? Can you write yes or no? Muskan saying yes, understood. Okay, so yes, okay, perfect. So now let's move on. So far what we have done, you guys can see, we have made our project now. Next thing, one more thing we want to understand is, let's suppose I create a file. Okay, I'm saying okay, let's say, first let me check me the git status. Okay, so git add, git commit, ignore change. Okay, git log, you can see ignore changes. Next thing what we want is, ignore these commands that I'm writing. Yeah. Next thing is, let's suppose I'm creating some, I'm making this project and I want some file to not get committed. Because let's suppose I create a new file, my notes. I want this file, like I want that git please do not track this file, because this file is just for my reference. Here I will write my notes, and I don't my other collaborators, let's say, suppose, to want to see this file. So what we will do, we will tell the Git, you can see if I write Git status, it is telling us that there is a file called mynotes.txt and which is in untracked area. But I don't want Git to track this file. If I write git add, it will start tracking it. So what we will do, we will make one file which is named as dot get ignore. The file name has to be this only. Do not change the name. It is dot get ignore. Okay, dot get ignore. Next thing is what I have to do. If I check the status now, you can see I have two files, but I don't want to track this my notes.txt. So what I will do, in the get ignore file, I will write my notes.txt. Okay, I've just entered a name of the file which I don't want to track. Okay, if I now run git status, you can see there is no my notes in the working directory. Okay, so you can add as many files if you want, can you repeat git ignore? Okay, let me repeat git ignore. So git ignore, as the name suggests, git will ignore whatever written inside it. So I am telling git, please ignore this file, my notes.txt. So what I will do, I will make a file dot git ignore. Okay, and I will write the name of this file. Like, please do not track this file. Okay, please do not track this file. Now, if I check git status, it won't track this. For example, let me remove this. Okay, and let's check the git status. You can see there are two files in the working directory. But as soon as I add the name of the file which I don't want to get tracked, and I'll run git status again, you can see my notes is not a file which git will track. Is it clear now? Perfect. So let's move on. So you guys now know about git ignore. So you have to add git ignore in the staging area also. So what I will do is just make added git ignore. Okay. So next thing is git status should be clean now. Yeah. So this now this is the time for us to use the GitHub. Okay. So these all changes you can see are on my local computer, but I want all my collaborators to see these changes, these commit message, who has done this, what I have did. Okay. So what we will do, if you guys don't have any GitHub account, please make one. Okay. So all you have to do is go to Git. Let me open it in incognito. Yeah, github.com and sign up on this. Okay, and please do remember your password. Okay, it will help you a little after. Okay, so please make your GitHub account. You can sign it up on. Okay, so write your mail and please make one and let me know when you guys are done. Do I have to make it? Okay, so you can make it right now, or you can have a choice like we have a second day as well, so you can make it after the session. You can just see on my screen what I am doing. Okay, so if you guys want to do it right now or you want to do like after the session, please give me a little poll, yes or no. Okay, after session I can see. Okay, so you guys can, okay, after session, perfect. So you guys can do this after session. What I will do, you for now you can see on my screen. So this is how your GitHub will look like after you make account. Like you can see I have various repositories already. So what I will do, I will create a new repository from here. Okay, from this plus sign, I will create a new repository and I have to name it. So let's name it as Git tutorial. Okay, then what if you want to write some description, you can write. You want to make it public or private, you can. I will just make it private for now. Okay, you can see it is giving you options. While you are making this repo, you want to add a git ignore file, you want to add a readme file, or you want to choose some license. For now, we will ignore all this because we already have made our git ignore. Okay, so we don't want another git ignore. So what we will do, we'll just click on create repository. As you can see, my repo is now created. Okay. So it is also, you can see, giving you hints for the commands. Git init we have done, git add, git commit. Okay, branch we will see tomorrow. And for now, we are interested in this command. Okay, so we have to tell the Git whatever project we have made where we want to push them. There's something called push and a pull. Okay, so we want, like, whatever files we have created, whatever changes we have made, we want it to be on GitHub, on our GitHub repository. Okay, so what I will do, I will copy this command, or I'll just write on my own. So you can see if I run a command called git remote -v, there is there's no output. Okay, so what I will do, I will add a git remote add origin, and I will copy the link of the repository. My repository link is this. I'll just copy it and I will paste it here. Okay, so what we have done, we are telling the Git that please connect my local project with this repository on GitHub. That's why we have wrote git remote add origin. Okay, so I'll just hit enter. Now if I run git remote -v again, you can see now Git know where it has to push and from where it has to fetch. Fetch is same as pull. Okay, so now what I want, let me check the Git status. Okay, so what I want to push all my changes in the GitHub. Okay, you can see there are no change right now. Like the repository is empty. So what I will do, the command is git push origin and master. Why master? Because let's suppose you can you guys remember, like, it was showing you something called on branch master. Okay, so master is the name of the branch we are working on. Branch we will explore tomorrow, like in detail. But for now, you can see here the branch name is main. You can name your branch anything you want. I have named it, like, by default it is master or main. So what I will do, I will just push these things. Git push origin master. So now it is asking me, like, what is your GitHub? Like, it is verifying, like, is you the owner of are you the owner of this GitHub account or not? So what I will do, I will just write my username, and it will ask you for password as well. So let me write the password also. So it was, I don't remember, I guess. Let's try this one. Yes, it was. Okay, so now you can see it has pushed all our changes to this repository on master branch. Now let me go to the GitHub account and let me just do a quick refresh. You can see all my files are here now, file 1, file 2, file 3. And you can see in the commits as well, like, there are 4 commits here. Okay, you can see this is my first commit. I made some changes. If you click on these commits, you can see what was the stage of your files when you were at this commit? You can see in this commit what we did. We added a new file. Okay, and random change. You can see I wrote this line. Okay, earlier in the previous commit the file was this. Now we have added this line. This is the second line. You can track all this in the commits. Okay, now you guys might be thinking why the latest changes are not there. For example, if I do git log, you can see I have more changes, like we did add the git ignore. Why we are not there? Because earlier you can see when we checked out commit message. Okay, we ran a command called git checkout and then commit id. So we removed our head from there to here. Okay, that side it is not tracking these two commits. Okay, we can make them track. Let me check the git status. You can see head detached from F63. So where is our F63? It is here. So what I will do, I will just go here now. Git checkout. I know I'm going too fast for this, but yeah, git status. You can see now. You can see our head is now at 5686. Like head is now at this. Now we can push them if I want. So git checkout. Okay. There is some change. Git checkout. Reset. Hard. I'm not sure what was the command again. Okay, this is not the command. Okay, I will tell you this command in the cheat sheet only. There are some errors coming. Okay, but you can see whatever changes we have made on our local, they are now on the GitHub. We can track each commit message. You can see our master branch is there. Okay, and our repository is there. Now any of our friend can collab for this project. Okay, all you have to do, if you want to add more collaborators, you can go to the settings and you can add your collaborators in the manage access. Okay, you can invite them and you now bunch of friends can make your project. Okay, so this was mostly for the day one, where we get to know about a little bit about the Git, as well as we have made account on GitHub and we pushed our first repository. In the day two, we will understand how industry use Git flow. Sorry, basically Git. Okay, there are some rules to use Git in the industry as well. Okay, so we will explore that tomorrow, and we will understand the Git flow also. Okay, and I will give you few tips and tricks tomorrow as well. And all these, okay, what to do after git remote add origin, the command to push code online. It is git push origin master. Let me write over here as well. Git push origin master. So whatever command I have shown you, like in this session, all this will be provided to you in the Facebook community we have. Okay, so yes, so our team has shared the link. You guys can join, and in today's evening, you will get all these commands we have learned so far. And this is it for today's session. If you guys have any doubt, you can ask, or otherwise let's wrap this session. You can write in the chat box, you can unmute yourself. Tomorrow I want everyone to make your GitHub account, because you will be working alongside with me. Okay, bye. Thank you, sister. Okay, so thank you, Yogesh. Make sure you guys do your homework for the day. Okay, I will add all these staging area and all images on the Facebook community. you guys can join. Thank you for your thank you, Abhishek. Thank you. So see you guys on tomorrow, same time. Thank you.